Greetings, my friends. Reformed Stoic here, back again with another video for you. So I feel like we kind of got, this is like the third part of a series that's kind of been unfolding. First, I broke down the biblical framework for positivity. Then I just kind of ranted on the power of positivity. Now, it's like, okay, so that's all this background for the struggle that we are in against the principalities. They want you discredited. They want the disenfranchised men to be discredited. And a lot of these honeypots that you don't realize are honeypots, when I say it's a honeypot, it's like, that's not a honeypot, that's based. That's the truth, bro. You can't handle the truth. You're selling out. See, I don't want to get tangled up here, but this video kind of like circles into the last video. Like, this video will explain why the last video isn't cope, and that video explains this video. It all kind of like melts together. This kind of makes everything clear, if it isn't already clear. Everybody can see that men are falling out of this society, okay? It's only recently reaching the real news. CNN, The Hill, they're all going over these statistics about 60% of men being single and all these men dropping out of the workforce. What's going on, guys, is they want to filter you into these honeypots and these countercultures that discredit you. A good friend of mine, very intelligent man, has taught me about the counterculture. Think about, like, in hardcore music, in punk rock, how many people in those genres of music and those cultures are like, we gotta fight the power, we gotta tear down the establishment, man. Well, that's real. There is an oppressive establishment. But when the people who speak out against that establishment, no offense, got nose rings and tattoos and mohawks, it's like, well, this guy doesn't know anything about what he's talking about. Like, look at this idiot. Look at this, like, hoodlum with his tank top, and he's a druggie. We gotta fight the establishment, man. Well, that's by design, okay? Because that culture was designed by principalities, you know, FBI, CIA, Freemasons, whoever, bro. A lot of times when you try to nail it down, it's like, it wasn't the Illuminati, it was the Freemasons. It wasn't the Freemasons, it was the CIA. It wasn't the CIA, it's the FBI. It wasn't the FBI, it was Satanists. Oh, that's how the synarchy works. It's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. See, he said it was Freemasons and it was CIA. You see, this is why conspiracy theorists don't know what they're talking about. They're just a bunch of crazy conspiracy. It was him, it was him. It wasn't a Freemason, it was him, it was him, it was him, it was him, it was him. That's how the synarchy works, bro. So you're wrong. It's like, well, yeah, but last time it was a Freemason, and this time it's the CIA, and next time it's the FBI. It's just a big sea of fingers, bro, because when you catch one of them, when it's in the news, it was like, wow, this Freemason was running a pedophile ring. They all scatter like rats. They all scatter like rats. And you'll never nail down the entire establishment for what it is. So who created the counterculture? It doesn't matter. It was part of the synarchy. It was part of the principalities. It was the powers that be. And yeah, we've already gone over all the pieces of the establishment in the past. So the counterculture has always been designed to discredit you. And they're going to take a shining piece of the truth and then throw you off. Like, they make you look like an idiot when you're speaking the truth. And ultimately, guys, that's a big part of what the alt-right is about. That's a big part of what MGTOW. I'm not gonna say nobody in MGTOW is speaking the truth or nobody in there is genuine, and that's what happens. You get tangled up in these weeds to where there's people who are part of some of these things, the alt-right, manosphere, what have you. And it's like, but everything I do is good research and I'm speaking the truth, but you just haven't been able to pinpoint this poison. You haven't been able to pinpoint this cancer. So a big part of what the alt-right is meant to do is to take these disenfranchised men and make you toxic. And you don't understand how it's toxic. It's like, no, dude, there's nothing toxic. It's so deep in you. This poison is just so deep in you. And this is where you have to listen to the Bible. It's like, well, I'm not coping when it comes to the Bible. More or less, I am a serious student of theology, and you go back to that first video, Fruits of the Spirit versus the New Age, and that is the biblical framework for why you're supposed to be a good person, why you're supposed to be nice to people, why you're supposed to be forgiving and gentle and meek and nice and accepting and not toxic. Because these think tanks and honeypots and these things have a lot of money behind them, okay? It's basically like top educated, the equivalent of lawyers outsmarting you and figuring out how to trick you into being an idiot. Even if you have good information, it's meant to make you, it's like, here's the truth, everybody. And then you wave around Nazi flags, and then you punch a baby in the face, and then you kick a little dog through a field goal. It's like, well, shit, I kind of felt like that guy was saying something legit, but he just kicked a chihuahua through a field goal, and he flipped off a bunch of pregnant mothers. You know, it's like in what's that Adam Sandler movie, Mr. Deeds? When they flare him in the news, he's like, yeah, baby. He's like humping the girl who fell out of the window, and then he's like punching out windows. Or like in Little Nicky, say hello to my little friend. It's like, what? You just photoshopped my face on Scarface, and it's on the news. There's something really real about that, guys. They're trying to discredit you, and the most effective way to discredit you is for you to choose the poison. Because you don't realize that it's poison. And a lot of you watching this still don't realize it's poison. Like, you guys, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. Like, I think I'm smarter than some of you, okay? I'm sorry. And it's not even about being smart. It's about, like, I've went through this bizarre spiritual path where the world has just taken a lot of shits on me, bro. And somehow I keep figuring out how to come out the other side. Like, and this is where I'm going to start not looking. If I start championing like, oh, I'm the leader and you're not, that's not going to help. That's not going to make me look good. But I feel like I was chosen to be a leader, okay? And I think a lot of us were chosen to be leaders. And I think if some of you, it's like, look, bro, if you're doing everything right, then you're ready to be a leader. I want you to be leaders. I want you guys to do things right. But there's people in my comments, you don't make any arguments against the alt-right, dude. That's what somebody just said in my comments. It's like, bro, you are wrong about the alt-right. It's not biblical. You're not doing what God tells you to do. You're not being forgiving. You're not loving your neighbor. You're not loving your enemies. You're not being a good person. And it's beyond when you're like, well, look at the statistics. You're a soy boy now, dude. You're like making fun of soy boys, but you're a soy boy. Look at the study. Oh! The studies. Oh, you're not listening to the study. Like, you're a soy boy and you don't even see it. Because what was Hitler all about? Science. Hitler was all about evolution, Darwinism. You don't even see it. You're blind, bro. You got to just take a step back, and it all starts with good theology. And it's like, yeah, but when Jesus says to love your enemies, that's not the smart part. There's other people out there who are breaking down the based, real truth with the really technical parts of the Old Testament. It's like, no, but even the stuff that you think is so simple, that's the thing, is that the Pharisees that Jesus was rebuking, they were very intelligent, high society, high class men. And Jesus would stump them with these little just godly bits of wisdom. That's really part of what made me a Christian, is like, there's something about the way that Jesus talks. When you're reading the Gospels and you're seeing, like, this is the Son of God. And back then, I was skeptical. Supposedly, this is the Son of God. Does this sound like the Son of God? Well, he was incredibly intelligent, obviously. He knows everything, but the way he speaks was just kind of like, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, like it could almost, you squint at it, is like, is this just dog mom wisdom? Is this like something some new age dog mom is going to say that she read in a fortune cookie? But it's not. Maybe if you're really far in the wrong direction and you're trying to write it off, but then you really give it that Curb Your Enthusiasm, you're really looking it over, it's like, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I want to say that Jesus is wrong, but I'm wrong. And that was the same thing with the Pharisees. And some of these Pharisees were like, yeah, I think this is the Messiah. I think this is the Son of God. But they couldn't handle it. Their ego, just like you. Just like you know, this isn't based, bro. Nick Fuentes is right and Jesus is wrong, bro. Sorry. That's your ego, man. You're wrong. And the system, these demonic principalities, these billionaires, big capitalist billionaires with their cigars, with their think tanks and their lawyers, and bro, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna outsmart these people, bro. You're just some guy whose life failed you. Like, your life failed. You didn't get where you're supposed to go in life. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot going for you. You're not gonna outsmart the deep state's lawyers, bro. You're not going to outsmart the CIA. You're not going to outsmart the Freemasons, okay? But this isn't about smarts. When you align yourself with the proper theology, when you align yourself with like, no, Jesus isn't a dog mom new ager, like, you're actually supposed to love your enemies. You're actually and you might not understand what it means to love your enemies. There's videos that break down like the kind of love. I think I made videos about that, like Eros versus whatever. I'm pretty sure I made a video about that at one point. A lot of my videos are like these little puzzle pieces, guys, and I think this is driving it home. This is the big picture. This is bringing you into the big picture. We are in a spiritual war with the powers that be. I've already broken down in other videos what those powers are. If I break it down again, it's just going to take too long, and it might even just get me, like, you know, a strike. Like, it's just time to take it all home. I know some of you have been paying attention to everything I'm saying. This is the glue that holds everything together. We are in a spiritual battle with the powers that be. And this is a key moment. It's time. You're up to bat now, okay? Because normies are paying attention. Like, wow, 60% of men are falling out of society. Well, let's hear what they have to say. And this is the part where you wave the Hitler flags and kick a dog. Like, I'm so based. Yeah, suck it, women. Yeah. Woo. Like, oh. Well, that guy's a fucking idiot. Okay, well, no wonder 60% of men fell out of society. You're about to blow it, guys. We're up to bat, but I've been having a lot of dreams, and I've been really feeling things lately because, yeah, all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm kind of like over the study. Oh, did you see the study? Like, I'm kind of over the scholarly. Yeah, like, you know, I'm still smart, and I'm more scholarly than ever, and I'm more studious than ever, but. Ooh, there's this like secret level. It's like, okay, now it's kind of back to the dreams again. And now it's kind of back to the spiritual feeling, but it's all biblical. As long as your spiritualness is in line with scripture, I'm not even going to say, dude, it's kind of like, maybe there are some chosen ones. Maybe there are some people who are chosen to kind of be up to bat speaking on behalf of the truth. But you just got to be ready. You're not ready to be a chosen one speaking on behalf of the truth if your theology is off. Get your theology right, figure out what Jesus was saying, and follow it for real, and submit to Christ, and make sure you're saved. I'd say go to the Catholic Church and confess. Oh man, it made a big difference when I confessed to a priest. Protestants are like, well, you confess every night to Jesus into your room. Well, but when you're actually like talking to somebody, and there was no like box for me, like I actually had to look this priest in the eyes, and he knew exactly who I was, and I told him all the worst things that I've ever done, and I can tell you that That changed something for me, guys, and I recommend that you do that. I recommend you get confirmed and you go become a Catholic, because there's no shortcuts. I think Protestants are taking a lot of shortcuts. Oh, well, it's only by salvation and faith because we're all sinners. It's like, yeah, but maybe you should actually try harder to not be a sinner. But I digress. The point is, guys, is that when I'm talking about things being spiritual and how you're not going to win a debate against the deep state's lawyers, but they're fucking evil. And you're not. Even if you're confused, Nick Fuentes, we got to do whatever Nick Fuentes says. Like, yeah, you're drinking the poison. It's like, you could never beat Nick Fuentes in a debate. That's part of the reason I'm getting gang stalked, is because I called out Nick Fuentes and Brittany Benty. I called all of them out to debate, dude, and they would never fucking ever debate me, ever. I would absolutely obliterate Nick Fuentes. I would fucking make Nick Fuentes crawl to his Catboy Cammy, and never fucking show his face on the internet ever again. Anyway, like, you guys, you need to get right, because we're up to bat. And when you start being a good person, when it's like, hey, actually, I'm not going to kick a dog through a field goal, and actually, I'm not a misogynist, and I'm not racist, and I'm a real Christian who really follows Christ, and I have just been done wrong by a toxic society. I am a good person who has been victimized by a toxic, evil, narcissistic society. We're up to bat. We're up to bat. And you're going to have your moment to speak. And I don't want you to blow it. Because all the men who have been done wrong, who have been filtered into honeypots, who have had their future stolen from them, I need you to be good people. I need you to be right. I need you to blow Nick Fuentes out of your butt, because he's a CIA agent who's brainwashing you to be a fucking idiot, okay? You need to be ready, guys. Everybody's starting to see what's going on. Where are all the men going? Where are all the men going? Why is nobody working? What's happening? Well, maybe you know what's happening, Reformed Stoic. Well, I heard you have YouTube. Well, so what's happening? I need you to not blow it. I need you to not blow it. When they ask you what's happening, oh, what's happening is once upon a time Hitler. You're gonna blow it. Oh, well, this guy's a fucking idiot Nazi. Never mind. You're gonna blow it. You need to be a good person. You need to have real spiritual, because there's a spiritual evolution. What's the spiritual rebirth? Like, what's the term that they use, bro? Protestants are all about it, and I don't know, I was going to a Baptist church, and it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. But then I went to a Catholic church, and I confessed, and I started actually fearing God. It's like, oh, wow, I'm not just saved. I'm not just saved by salvation through faith. I actually have to pay attention to Matthew 7. I turn away from me, I never knew you. I actually have to pay attention to the fruits of the Spirit, Galatians, and those who practice these fruits of the flesh will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. And now I feel like I have had a spiritual, 2:22 p.m., look at that. I feel like I have had some sort of a spiritual change, and it's not done yet. And I'm still not perfect, and I'm never going to be perfect. But you got to make the changes. You got to do the work. You got to actually do the work and follow what Christ is saying. And some of it's very hard. Christ filtered out his followers when he said, those who do not eat my flesh and drink my blood. That filtered everybody out. That filtered out all the normies. Like, what is he talking about? Drink my blood and eat my flesh? I was just here for the free fish. I liked him because he could duplicate fish and duplicate loaves of bread. I'm getting the hell out of here, bro. They're like eating fried fish sticks and bread. Like, wait, so you're not just going to give me free bread and fish? I'm out of here, bro. And then there was only the apostles left. And Jesus knew. He knew there would only be the apostles left. It's coming, you guys. Everybody's wondering, where are all these men going? What's going on? And when it's your moment in the sun, when it's your time to speak, be a good person. Love your neighbor. Don't hate women. Do women have any other women out there who have problems? Are there people out there dropping the ball? Is there something going on with multiculturalism? Well, they want the hate. They want the hate. They want black people to hate white people, and black people got some good arguments, and they want white people to hate black people. And everybody's got their arguments, bro. Everybody's got their points. We are on a chessboard. We are on a Freemasonic chessboard where we're being, bro. It's hard to be smarter than the CIA. It's harder to be smarter than the Freemasons and the principalities. But it's coming down to something spiritual. It's coming down to a point where these are just fucking satanic, dog shit, horrible, evil people. And you're not that, bro. You're not the bad guy. They tried to drag you down with them. Nick Fuentes and the alt-right is trying to drag you down, bro. So once it's your turn to speak, you're going to blow it. You got to be a good person, bro. You were wronged. This all started out with you being a good person and society being evil. It's time for you to put down the everlasting gobstopper. And Willy Wonka is going to be like, yes! He did it! You were corrupted when you took the everlasting gobstopper, but you put it down at the last minute, and you can be redeemed. Whatever you've done wrong, you can be redeemed. Confess, be better, follow Christ, because if you have good theology and you're being who you're actually meant to be, you're going to be a good person, bro. And all of the men who have fallen by the wayside, society will understand. Everybody will understand. Whoa, our government's fucking evil. And this society's ruled by narcissists. And something very evil has been happening. Have you seen how they're trying to discredit me? You see the people who just never talk about, oh, remember when Reformed Stoic yelled at Uber Eats? No. Well, what's this guy's channel's name? They got the clips of me going viral on Twitter. Wow, look at this guy. What's his name? Oh, well, don't worry about his name. Here's this guy who talks about him. Don't say his name. Don't say his name, because then they'll come to my channel, and they'll be like, oh, well, this guy's working with Christ, and he's a good person. It's all about defamation, guys. They don't want people to know that I'm a good person. They don't want me to be a good person. Just like they don't want people to know that you're a good person. But are you a good person? Because I heard that you're out here trying to tell everybody horrible things about women and horrible things about other races, and that you're with like genocidal maniacs. Is that who you are, bro? Are you sure that's right? Oh, study. Oh, science? Soy? Oh, soy. Oh, because soy. You're a soy boy, dude. And you don't get it. And you don't really know shit about shit. You don't make arguments against the alt-right. Bro, I would make Nick Fuentes fucking never show his face on the news ever again. And that's part of the reason I got gang stalked. He would never debate me. Ever. In a million years. It would never happen. Jay Dyer hung up on me, bro. Yeah, if you haven't seen my video about Southern Israelite saying he's a better teacher than Jesus Christ, he backed off. He got handled, bro. I'll handle anybody who wants to debate me. But if you're not worth a debate, then I'll just show everybody what you really are. And I don't say that from arrogance. I say that because I'm a real chosen one. And I'm here. I'm here to help people, bro. I'm here to help people. I want people to realize that we're in a spiritual war, and you need to be a good person, and you need to really follow Christ. And you need to have a real spiritual evolution through Jesus Christ. You need to have the Holy Spirit. You need to stop hating. You need to stop pointing fingers at other people who are caught up in this trap. And when it comes to race, bro, I see everybody's caught up in this trap, bro. Like, when you talk about rap music, like, yeah, people would think about rap music as stereotypically like black culture. Yo, that was CIA counterculture, just like rock and roll and punk rock is CIA counterculture. They don't want you to be taken seriously, bro. When you're trying to speak the truth, they want you waving around guns and talking about gang banging and, yeah, I always go straight to prison. Yo, this is black culture. I always go straight to prison. I'm always violent. I mean, NWA, N-words with attitude? Come on, bro. It's meant to poison your culture. Music is spiritual warfare for the most part, guys. I was trying to get a deal with Warner Brothers, and they told me every song I made had to have lyrics about money, drugs, and sex. And then if you're a big Chad, then violence. Spiritual warfare, guys. And you win by being a good person. And you be a good person by following the Gospels. By having proper theology. So, that's what I have for you, friends. Reformed Stoic. I'm wishing you the best. And, you know, I didn't mean to sound arrogant about anything. If there's any arrogance in what I'm saying, I've been through a lot of shit, guys. When I was 18, I was thinking, man, this is it. I'm going to go to Berkeley, and I'm going to win now. Oh, man, was I wrong. It's been 14 years. It's been 14 years, and I've been eating a big old bag of shit for those 14 years. There's a part of me that wants mine. I want mine, baby, and I'm probably not going to get it anytime soon. But I'm ready to fight the good fight. I've been thinking about the arguments. I've been thinking about what to say, and this is what I got to say, guys. Our time is coming. Don't blow it. Be for real. God bless.